The Kansas City Chiefs have once again sent a powerful message to the rest of the National Football League. As long as Patrick Mahomes is wearing red and gold, they intend to compete for championships. In a move that will undoubtedly reshape the financial landscape of professional football once again, Kansas City has agreed to a massive reworked contract with its franchise quarterback, ensuring that the face of the organization remains in Missouri through the 2033 season. The revised agreement is worth an astonishing $504.75 million, making it the first contract in NFL history to surpass the $500 million mark and further cementing Mahomes' status not only as the centerpiece of the Chiefs dynasty, but also as one of the most valuable athletes in the history of professional sports. For the third time in just 6 years, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs have effectively reset the quarterback market. In an era where elite quarterbacks continue to push the boundaries of financial compensation, Mahomes remains the player against whom everyone else is measured. From the moment he first stepped onto the field as Kansas City's starting quarterback, it became obvious that he was not simply another talented passer. He was a transformational player capable of changing the trajectory of an entire franchise. Now, years after helping bring multiple Lombardi trophies back to Kansas City, the Chiefs have once again placed their complete faith in the man who altered the course of their history forever. The revised contract adds 2 additional years to Mahomes' previous agreement and injects an additional $239.05 million in new money into the deal. Beginning in 2027, Mahomes will earn an average annual salary of $64 million, establishing yet another benchmark for quarterback compensation throughout the NFL. The first 4 years of the contract are fully guaranteed at signing, providing Mahomes with unprecedented financial security. Even more remarkably, various mechanisms and escalators built into the agreement ensure that the full $504.75 million value of the deal eventually becomes guaranteed over time. In a league where guaranteed money has become one of the most fiercely negotiated elements of every major contract, this agreement stands alone. It represents a level of organizational commitment rarely seen in professional sports. It also reflects something deeper than simple economics. The Chiefs are not merely paying a quarterback. They are investing in the identity of their franchise. They are investing in stability. They are investing in leadership. Most importantly, they are investing in the belief that Patrick Mahomes gives them a chance to compete for championships every single season. The negotiations themselves were handled by familiar figures who have helped shape Mahomes' financial journey throughout his career. Equity Sports CEO Chris Cabot worked alongside Chiefs general manager Brett Veach to finalize the agreement, continuing a professional partnership that has already produced some of the most groundbreaking contracts in league history. Their collaboration has consistently balanced Mahomes' market value with Kansas City's desire to remain competitive from a roster-building standpoint. When looking at the broader picture, the numbers become even more staggering. Including previous restructures and adjustments, the Chiefs have now committed approximately $689.05 million in new money to Mahomes between 2022 and 2033. It is a figure almost impossible to comprehend. Yet inside the walls of the organization, there appears to be little hesitation regarding the investment. Why? Because Patrick Mahomes has already proven that he is worth it. Since becoming the Chiefs' starting quarterback, Mahomes has transformed Kansas City into the NFL's gold standard. He has guided the franchise to 5 Super Bowl appearances, delivered 3 Super Bowl championships, won league MVP awards, earned Super Bowl MVP honors, and produced countless moments that have become part of NFL history. He has done all of this while maintaining a reputation as one of the league's most respected leaders both on and off the field. Before Mahomes arrived, the Chiefs had enjoyed periods of success but struggled to consistently establish themselves as the dominant force in the NFL. The organization had experienced decades of playoff disappointments, heartbreaking losses, and near misses. Then came the 2017 NFL Draft. Kansas City traded up to select a relatively unknown quarterback from Texas Tech with the 10th overall pick. At the time, the decision generated both excitement and skepticism. Mahomes possessed extraordinary arm talent and creativity, but questions surrounded his unconventional playing style. Some analysts wondered whether his gunslinger mentality would translate successfully to the professional level. The Chiefs believed differently. They saw a player capable of redefining the position. They were right. Mahomes entered the NFL on a modest rookie contract worth approximately $16.4 million over 4 years. After spending much of his first season learning behind veteran quarterback Alex Smith, Mahomes took over the starting role and immediately exploded onto the national stage. He threw for over 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns during his first season as a starter, capturing the league MVP award and signaling the arrival of a generational superstar. Just 3 years later, Kansas City rewarded him with what was then considered the most groundbreaking contract in NFL history, a 10-year extension worth $450 million. The deal shattered conventional thinking regarding quarterback contracts and immediately changed how organizations approached franchise players. At the time, many people wondered whether the number was sustainable. Today, that contract almost looks modest compared to where the quarterback market has evolved. As salaries around the NFL continued climbing, Kansas City eventually faced an unavoidable reality. In order to maintain fairness relative to Mahomes' value and preserve their long-term partnership, another adjustment became necessary. The result is this historic agreement. Not only does it allow Mahomes to keep pace with the ever-changing quarterback market, but it once again establishes a completely new standard. Through incentives and additional escalators built into the contract structure, the total value could eventually rise to an incredible $522.25 million. $500 million. Those words alone illustrate the magnitude of what Mahomes has accomplished. Yet perhaps the most fascinating aspect of this extension is the timing. Because while the Chiefs are making the largest financial commitment in NFL history, Mahomes is simultaneously battling one of the most difficult challenges of his professional career. Late during the 2025 season, Mahomes suffered a devastating knee injury that abruptly ended his campaign and sent shockwaves throughout the football world. During a December matchup, the superstar quarterback tore both his ACL and LCL, two major ligaments critical to knee stability. Surgery followed shortly thereafter, and for the first time since becoming Kansas City's starter, real uncertainty surrounded his immediate future. The injury represented far more than a physical setback. For Chiefs fans, it was terrifying. Mahomes had become synonymous with availability, toughness, and reliability. Even when dealing with minor injuries throughout his career, he found ways to remain on the field and perform at an elite level. Seeing him carted off and facing a lengthy rehabilitation process created questions nobody in Kansas City wanted to ask. Would he be ready for Week 1? Would he return as the same player? Could he still move with the creativity and escapability that had defined his greatness? Those questions still linger. Yet despite the seriousness of the injury, the Chiefs have consistently projected confidence regarding Mahomes' recovery. From the moment surgery was completed, the organization emphasized optimism. Head coach Andy Reid repeatedly praised Mahomes' work ethic and determination throughout rehabilitation. Reports emerged suggesting that Mahomes was progressing ahead of schedule. Team officials expressed belief that he remained on track for a potential return at the beginning of the 2026 season. The NFL schedule only adds further intrigue. Kansas City is set to open the 2026 campaign against the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football, placing the defending face of the league under the brightest spotlight imaginable should he complete his comeback in time. Imagine the scene. Arrowhead Stadium packed to capacity. National television cameras focused entirely on the tunnel. Months of speculation finally ending. Patrick Mahomes jogging back onto the field in front of a roaring crowd. It would instantly become one of the defining moments of the NFL season. Of course, the Chiefs understand that rehabilitation cannot be rushed. Their investment in Mahomes stretches through 2033 precisely because they are thinking long-term. They are not focused solely on one game, one season, or one playoff run. They are focused on maximizing the remaining prime years of a quarterback they believe can continue leading this franchise for the next decade. This extension also sends a powerful message to the locker room. It reinforces that excellence is rewarded. It demonstrates organizational stability. It reminds everyone inside the building that the Chiefs remain committed to pursuing championships rather than embracing transition or uncertainty. Players throughout the roster understand exactly what Mahomes represents. He is not merely their quarterback. He is their leader. He is the standard. He is the player who elevates everyone around him. Chairman and CEO Clark Hunt emphasized that reality when discussing the extension, praising Mahomes not only for his accomplishments on the field but also for the way he has elevated the entire organization globally. Under Mahomes' leadership, the Chiefs have become one of the NFL's most recognizable brands. International audiences follow the team. Young athletes emulate his style of play. Merchandise sales have skyrocketed. Primetime appearances have become routine. His influence extends far beyond football statistics. He has become the face of the franchise in every sense imaginable. Critics may point to the enormous financial commitment and question whether any player deserves such an investment. The Chiefs, however, have already answered that question through their actions. 3 separate times. 3 separate market resets. 3 separate declarations that Patrick Mahomes is irreplaceable. In today's NFL, finding a franchise quarterback is the single most difficult task any organization faces. Teams spend decades searching for players capable of changing their fortunes. Some never find one. Kansas City found theirs in 2017, and they have no intention of letting him go anywhere. As the Chiefs prepare for the next chapter of their dynasty, uncertainty still exists. Mahomes must complete his recovery. The roster continues evolving. Younger players must emerge. The AFC remains loaded with talented contenders eager to dethrone Kansas City. But one thing is now beyond question. Patrick Mahomes is staying exactly where the Chiefs want him. Through injuries. Through triumphs. Through future playoff battles. Through the pursuit of more Lombardi trophies. By committing more than $500 million to the greatest quarterback in franchise history, the Kansas City Chiefs have made their intentions unmistakably clear. They believe their championship window remains wide open. They believe the best path toward future Super Bowl celebrations still runs directly through number 15. And they believe that years from now, when people reflect on this era of football, Patrick Mahomes will continue to stand at the center of it all. For Kansas City, this historic contract is not simply about money. It is about trust. It is about legacy. It is about preserving a dynasty. And above everything else, it is about ensuring that the player who transformed an entire franchise will continue leading it into the future for many years to come. Leave a comment below about what you expect from Patrick Mahomes in the coming years with the Chiefs. Thanks for watching and see you next time.